Hi, welcome. We are almost in Christmas and today is day 18 of this long journey of the Inkvent Calendar by Diamine, the red edition for 2021. Very long description. Let's see if I can open this carefully. Yes, I did. What? Another ink? Another blue ink? Of course it is another ink. I was just thinking if it's another blue ink. Okay, it is a Subzero, which may be interesting, and it is a Shimmer Ink. There was an ink in the other one, in 2019. I don't remember. Blue Peppermint, something like that. So I'm quite curious to see if this one is in any way comparable. This seems to be darker. The other one was a very light turquoise, I think. So this is something that we are about to check. And I'm back for the swatch of this Shimmering Ink. The shimmer is all here on the back. And then it dissolves. No, it gets into suspension again. But let's shake this well to have all the shimmer in suspension. Let's open it and see how it looks like. So, usual procedure. 1, 2, 3 drops of ink. The pipette goes aside. Close the ink that is already numbered as 18. Subzero. And I wonder how different this will be from Polar Glow. Let's use the knife to spread the butter. Okay, this doesn't have visibly any green on it. This is so square, this swatch. It usually doesn't stay like that. Okay, doesn't matter. Now, it's here. I hope there will be enough ink to see the glitter, maybe on that kind of pool that is created there. Now let's wait for this to dry and I'll be back to show you the rest of the review. So here we are for the last part of this video, and we have here our Subzero ink. It is a shimmer ink, and I found something. Is that, don't be worried because these fibers are from the burlap and they're on the outside, is that even when I shake, there are parts of these glitter that seem to be kind of stuck to the bottle. So this could be not that much of a good sign, and we will see that in a moment. Now I want to show you the ink swatch. This is the ink. So, does it look nice? Yes, it does. It is a bright turquoise color with small shimmer. It is, how can I say? It is a very heavy shimmer, but it seems to be very small particles. This ink may remind us the ink number 1 of the Diamine Inkvent Calendar 2019, the Blue Peppermint. Let me put a little bit more light here. But the Blue Peppermint was actually more green than the Subzero. We would say this turquoise is really a blue turquoise, and this is kind of a green turquoise. I would say this is blue with blue shimmer, and I would say this is peppermint color with blue shimmer. So I would say the shimmer is almost the same, but the base color is different. However, these inks are related, not the same, and that is very easy to see that they are not the same. Now, for further comparisons, I want to show you some other turquoise inks that you may think about, and one is Pelikan Edelstein Aquamarine, which has a more kind of greenish, bluish tone. I would say this is in between these two, and no shimmer. There is the Kaweco Paradise Blue that is more similar with these, but I would say it comes from these to these to these and then to that one, also without shimmer. And then I have two real classics that I cannot tell apart one another. One is Schiffer Script Turquoise or Turquoise, and then the Waterman South Sea Blue, which I think they are the same color, and they are kind of similar. The lighter shades are similar there with this ink, but the heavier shades maybe not that so much, and they are also covered with the glitter, so it makes it a little different. But we can say this is kind of a turquoise, lighter than the turquoise of the Waterman and Schiffer, but the same kind of feel. Now, we'll go to the chromatography, and that shows us no water resistance. Again, there is that very faint kind of a ghost line there that I would say it is mostly the shimmer and not ink. And you can, if you look at it, you can see the shimmer there, but the shimmer is heavy, gets stuck into the fibers of this filter paper and doesn't go up. And then we have this. It is blue with a little bit here beneath. Under the blue there is a faint line of green, and that's what we can see. So, from these, I want to tell you the pens that I am using. I am using the Kaigelu, two pens starting with a K. This is the Kaigelu 356. Sorry, sometimes I forget the name of the pens. The Kaigelu 356 with an F nib, but it is a very wet one. And the other pen, also with an F nib, but a different one, is the Kaweco Frosted Sport. And this color is called Light Blueberry. I think these two colors are the same kind of family as that ink, although I would say that the Kaigelu is a little better for the Blue Peppermint and the Kaweco is better for the Subzero. But when I choose the pens, I'm not 100% aware of how the ink will look like in them. So, let me bring here the papers, the writing samples, and I have here something that I want to talk about. One thing I saw is that this ink really clogs the pens. I wrote this with moleskin, and you can easily with the Kaweco, you can easily see the glitter even with the fine nib of the Kaweco. And here the second line is much more faint because the pen dries out. I think this shimmer is too much for the feed, and you can see there that swatch, it failed in between sometimes, and I made some pressure. Then the Kaigelu also has some trouble with the ink, with the flow of this ink. And what we can see is that ink is well behaved with the Kaweco fine nib. It has shading, and you can see clearly the shimmer. And with the Kaigelu, you can see a lot of shimmer. You see less line variation, although you see kind of a halo on the margins of the letters, but there is kind of a feathering on this moleskin paper, and there is bleed through with the Kaigelu only, because I think the Kaweco gets very dry with this particular ink. Now we'll go for the Oxford Optic paper, and I had the same kind of problems in the ink flow, but you can see there is a very, very heavy shimmer, even with the Kaweco, which is up to this line, and then this is with the Kaigelu. Lots of shimmer that you can see. And in this paper you can see more the kind of halo that I was talking about, and I think it's visible, and also some shading clearly. No bleed through with this very good Oxford paper. And finally we have the Navigator copy paper, and again shimmer can be seen clearly in both writing samples. Not much shading on this kind of paper, this copy paper, and then some bleed through with the Kaweco, lots of bleed through with the Kaigelu. So I would say that this ink is not so well behaved as some others that we have seen so far. And I also have to say that it tends to clog the nib, the feed. So it can be quite inconsistent. I think once both pens get flowing, they write nicely, but sometimes they are a little hard to start. So I didn't have problems with these pens before, and now I have. So I just have to say it is the ink. About the other properties, we come to the Rhodia dot pad, and in the Rhodia paper we can see again the shimmer, and sometimes Rhodia is not that good to see shimmer. Drying time 20 seconds, it is completely dry, so this is a very good drying time. And the water resistance, when you put water, everything goes away, you cannot read it anymore. So forget about water resistance with this ink. My feelings about it, it has some shading that I could live without. It has a very heavy shimmer, which is very nice, it's fun. However, there is something in the formulation of this ink that makes it not perfect to write with. Imagine that you want this ink to write some Christmas cards or something like that. You feel they will not flow well, and then they will skip, and instead of having a very nice handwritten card, you end up with a messy thing, just full of skips and so. Now we are going to that part where I show you how they both write in real time. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now I had no skipping problem, and that's obvious because all that stuff always happens when you're not showing people. When you try to show people that something happens, that thing never happens. Now we'll go to the Kaigelu to write the same thing. The quick brown, it skipped there on the, look, brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Can you see? Clearly it skipped. Of course, this ink or this pen can sometimes have some nib abuse, and then maybe the ink flow starts again, but not quite. I think sometimes I need to shake it to have that little ball inside the converter to shake the ink, and then it may write again, or it may keep skipping. So this ink looks nice but doesn't behave nice. It looks much more faint with the fine Kaweco than with the fine sky glue, and let's just look at the shimmer. Yes, there is, and there is a lot. So what would I say? I would say there is too much shimmer, maybe because they put too much, or maybe because some ink evaporated, or I don't know. It doesn't seem like, because this bottle is pretty full. So that's it. Could be a fun ink, but it's not usable. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe with a dip pen it will work. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be back tomorrow for another day. Bye.